Jana, and 9. You wanted the dirt on Tulsa. You got it.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 67. We are Tulsa Music Stream, and today we have Doro Pesch. And she's from the famed band Warlock, and she does her own Doro. Anyway, if you would make sure to share our stream on your favorite Facebook pages, your favorite Facebook groups, and your personal profiles and all that, so we can get some people in here and listen to her interview. We are also on YouTube, and you can hit the subscribe button, notification bell on that, and we love to see you guys on that platform. Also, we're on Twitter and Twitch, and this is Tulsa Music Stream. These are our co-hosts right here. This is 9, and that is Jana over there.
Yep. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for being here with us today on a Sunday. We don't typically do Sunday afternoons, but when you get a chance to talk to the Queen of Metal, you come on whatever time you need to accommodate that. So we're looking very forward to having Doro on with us in moments. Like Scott said, thank you for sharing the stream. It helps us get the word out to more and more people. Make sure you follow the Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube page. Very important that you help us do that. We appreciate everyone tuning in and watching. Remember, if there's ever a time we go on air and you guys can't catch it live, you can always catch the replays. They are available immediately after we go off the air. So don't forget about that. There seems to be some confusion about that. I think some people think if they don't catch it live, it's gone forever, but it's not. You can catch those replays. How are you guys doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Had some family over and spent some time watching some football. And then, they usually come and they're about out of here about an hour and a half. They show up to eat and then pack up the stuff.
Which is not bad at all.
No.
That's good time.
No,
Yeah.
It's not
I just
bad.
remember being younger, it just seemed like Thanksgiving lasted for like all day long.
I used to hate it because I would see that my parents would watch like the Macy's Day Parade and shit like that, and I didn't care about it. So but now the other day I turned it on and I'm so fascinated by the architecture in New York that I just sat and looked at the buildings, not the floats, not the parade.
You don't like the parade?
No, the parade's okay. I like the old buildings and stuff like that.
Shout out to Tim Hewitt. Hello. Thanks for joining us today. There's
Timmy.
Elizabeth Talcott in the chat. Thank you, guys. We're hoping to get to some viewer questions with Doro today. She's so accomplished. She's had a 40-year career, and here she is getting ready to enter the room.
This is one of our few international streams that we're going to have. She's got a song called East Meets West, and we're basically doing that today.
We're the West.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we can see her. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Excellent.
Awesome.
I'm going to put you on screen with us right now. Everybody, welcome Doro Pesch to Tulsa Music Stream. It's so good to have you with us today.
Hi, Doro.
East meets West right now, right?
Yes, unbelievable. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Doro, we have so much to cover with you today. You have so many exciting things going on right now. Before we get into talking about your upcoming shows and tour dates, I know back in October you said you were about 80% done with your new album. So what everybody wants to know is how close are you to being done? And do you have a projected release time frame for the album in 2023?
Yes, actually, we have. Yeah, we were on tour so many festivals. So I would say it's now 85% done because I was just coming back from Hamburg. I'm working with somebody I love. We are working together, I think, 25 years. It's Andreas Bohn, the ex-guitar player of Sisters of Mercy. And I just got back and we worked some more on the album. So I would say 85 to 90% done.
Okay.
And then we do some more festivals. We go to Mexico next week. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And then we go to the studio and we play with the whole band, record some more stuff. And then our plan would be to have it released by my big anniversary concert in my hometown, Düsseldorf in Germany, 28th of October in 23. And so it gives us enough time to do all the nice, the vinyl and colored vinyl and shaped vinyl and, and CDs. And I know everybody is about streaming. I love all it all.
Can you hear okay?
Doro, we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Is your microphone turned up on your side?
Oh,
There
let
it
me
is.
see.
That's
I have
better.
An assistant here.
Okay, no, that sounded better right there.
That's on.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I can go a little bit more in front of the microphone. Is that
You
better?
sound good now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Doro,
No, that's
yeah.
perfect. That's perfect.
Further
So
away.
we did hear what you were saying that you're hoping to, and let's put the flyer up for that 40th anniversary show. That will be October 28th at the Mitsubishi Electric Hall in Dusseldorf. So fans can be watching. Hopefully the album will come out around that time, but we will certainly stay up to date with you on your news, and people can go to doromusic.com to stay in touch with all of the latest updates about that. I do want to
All
ask
the
you.
Socials, I never thought I would do so much social stuff, but we're on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
So
That's the world now, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, man. But
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun too. And it's so nice when people, tell you a couple of things, or when people post old photos or old demos or bootlegs or whatever, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. A lot of work, but love to-
Amazing.
yeah,
We will
touch
look very forward to that album. Let's talk a little bit more about the tour dates. I know you're getting ready to go do the Hell in Heaven Fest in Mexico next week,
Mexico.
which will be exciting.
Wow.
Mexico fans are great, aren't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Oh, yes. I love playing Mexico and South America and then Brazil. And I think for next year, we have a couple of plans to go to Brazil, which I love, and Colombia. And there's some big festivals, like it's just in the making. And South America is great and Mexico is great. So I'm really looking forward. And it reminds me on like the 80s where people were totally into metal and where this was your life. Nothing
Yeah.
else was important, just music and your favorite band. And so I'm really happy. And I will see all my friends. The people I love, like Kiss. I worked with Gene Simmons in 1989, 90. He produced one of our records, and I was such a big Kiss fan, so it was so awesome. And Gene was he was great. It was amazing. And then Judas Priest, they are playing one day after we are playing. We play together with the Scorpions and Arch Enemy and Pantera and all the good stuff. And Venom, we are on the same day.
Wow, Doro, you look at 40 years. You look as beautiful today as you did 40 years ago.
Yeah.
What is your secret? Wow.
No sleep, just working. But I love what I'm doing. I love music. I love the fans. That's what really makes me happy. I'm so grateful that I can do it. When I hop on stage, I'm the happiest person, in this world. And and I'm not doing much. I do some sports. I don't drink. I gave up smoking. I loved smoking cigarettes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Me too. And I gave it up.
Yeah.
I never thought I would give it up because when I grew up, everybody was smoking.
When you hang out with Lemmy, you had to smoke, right?
That's right. That's right. And drink a little bit too, which
Yeah.
Right.
but that was great. And he got me all drunk this one time.
And speaking of Lemmy, you did a song with him, "Love Me Forever," and you collaborated with one of my favorite singers, Udo, from Accept. So you've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of people. You even got to get up and
with
even got to
Udo,
sing.
we did a couple of songs, Dancing with an Angel on his album, and then we covered Breaking the Law because that was my first tour with Judas Priest. I always want to say thank you to Priest, and then we covered Breaking the Law, and Udo was a guest on this song as well. And with Lemmy, we did 3 duets. The last one was called It Still Hurts. That was on the Raise Your Fist album. And we did Love Me Forever and Alone Again. That was on the limited edition. Beautiful song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of collaborating.
And very soulful. So he was such a soulful guy, even though he looked like, so.
I know that you toured with Wasp years ago, and I think about some collaborations that you could do or would be interesting for you would be with Blackie Lawless.
Yes, the Wasp teacher. Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that. I'm a big Wasp fan. I am such a big Wasp fan, and that was a dream come true. We toured in '86 together in England, and the tour before that was Judas Priest. That was my favorite band, and then we hopped on tour with Black and
Very
White
cool.
was in England, and it was actually it was a cool time, but it was a little bit hardcore. I hopped on stage, and then all the fans, they were spitting, and that was like the punk culture. That was like the sign that you would really love your band. And I got all, dolled up in makeup and hair. And then immediately, first song, everybody was spitting and throwing blood because Ricky decided to do a tour without all that blood stuff. So the fans, they wanted to see the blood show. So they went into the butcher stores, got all, like whatever, liver and blood. Then they threw it on stage. So that tour was really interesting.
Raw meat.
It was so metal, and I loved it. And it was, before AIDS, so I wasn't worried about getting sick, but we had fun. But it was hardcore. And I thought, wow, this was my first England tour. But it was, from the punk culture, and, I got used to it after a couple of shows. I thought, okay. And then when I weren't spitting, then I thought, oh, I'm more disappointed because I thought maybe I didn't like it anymore. So it was fun times.
Sure.
That's great.
Would you ever consider doing a collaboration with Rob Halford from Judas Priest, or maybe like Gene Simmons or Lita Ford? Because I think that would be kind of cool. Lita Ford and you.
Yes. Oh, yes. Actually, we did something on her album, so whenever it will come out, you will hear something.
Oh, excellent. Very good.
Nice.
Already, and because we were always friends, and then I got inducted to the Hall of Heavy Metal History a couple of years ago, and then the same person called me 1 year later, and he said, "Hey, how about you induct Lita Ford in the Hall of Heavy Metal History?" And he said, "Oh, that's great." So I gave her the award, and then we said, "Let's do something together," and we did.
That's so amazing. Let's
But
talk.
I can't tell you the title and stuff. I don't want.
That's okay.
But there's something in the
Save it for. We'll surprise everybody.
Yeah, we'll watch for that. Now let's talk about, you were talking about inductions. Let's talk about this. I'm going to put this picture up. This must have been so special for you to receive the German Lifetime Achievement Award. You've been doing this for 40 years, and it is so hard to do any kind of career for 40 years, let alone a career in music where, fans can sometimes come and go. They don't always support, but your fan base has stayed loyal for 40 years. What did it mean to you to get that Lifetime Achievement Award?
Oh man, it was really amazing. It was really surprising because usually they give an award to like normal kind of people, like, the pop and stuff. And metal is very much, there are not many metal people, like in the boats and stuff. And so I was really, I was happy. I was very surprised. And then when I got the awards, I think I made people laugh. They were laughing their asses off, and and I talked a little bit about how it is in metal and stuff, and playing rock and all these cool things. And then even people who didn't like metal or who are not into my kind of music, they were like getting up and giving me standing ovations. They had a lot of fun.
That's
and then
cool.
I thought, maybe they know that metal people are really cool. Maybe really fun and they're cool. And so it was a big day. It was in October, right before the tour started, and it was awesome. Totally unexpected because usually more the conservative people get like an award.
Sure.
We were the outlaws, the outcasts. So, but it was great. So that was great. And to answer your question before, I would love to do something with Gene Simmons again with kids. With Rob Halford, of course. Of course, I would love it. I love Rob Halford. They're all my heroes.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he gave the vault away to people. And
Right. Yeah. Did you get to meet Ace too?
Well, that was like, wow. Nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
Cool.
Hey, I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you have a way to bring the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth, or is it just in the computer?
I can sit maybe a little. Now you see a big face.
It's okay. I don't want you to be
Close on.
uncomfortable, but we're
Yeah,
just.
no, it's okay.
It's okay.
but if you can hear me
Doro, I
better.
want to know about the first time that you got to come to America to play from Europe. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I always wanted to go to America. That was my biggest dream. And then in '86, I had a little chance to do a little promotion tour for our third album that was called True as Deal. And I was just supposed to be there 3 days. And then after 2 days, I knew I want to stay. And I tried everything in the book to stay. And then we did this awesome album, Triumph and Agony, which we just celebrated a big anniversary. We just put out Triumph and Agony live a little while ago, and actually last year. And and then everything fell into place. And somehow I got connected with great people. I had a great friend. He became the producer, Joel Devon. We wrote day another song. First song we wrote was actually East Meets West. And then 3 more Warning Letter. Love, All Love für immer. It's German. It's it's like German, English and Spanish, and there's still our absolute highlights in every gig. And then we had this album done, and I think the boss of Polygram, they said, okay, you have a chance to play 2 gigs, 2 small. We said, oh no, that's not enough to make people, pay attention. And then I had a great manager. His name was Alex Grove, and he was a heavy hitter. He was awesome. And he somehow made it possible that I could tour for 1.5 years straight. And we did all the clubs, and then we did a great tour with Megadeth on this album, Triumph and Agony, and then we did a great tour with Funny Games Zero. And then it really took off. The album became a big success. Nobody expected that, but and then I stayed, and I'm a proud green card holder, and eventually I want to become American citizen. I love it so much. But the first gig, it was actually, I think, in New York City in the Cat Club. And it was wild. And people, it was, they were headbanging like crazy, sweating like crazy, stage diving.
Wow.
But sometimes I miss that because now there's so many regulations and security. So stage divers, they are pretty rare. These days.
Yeah.
But,
that back, in the Warlock, you ended up losing the name because of a manager leaving and everything, and you didn't have no rights to the name. And then you recently, you fought for it and you got their name back. What
it took me 20 years, but I got it back. And there was another manager.
Do you plan on using the name Warlock again, or you established enough with Doro to continue with Doro? And
it depends. Like when we did the Triumph and Agony live, then we could name it Doro, Warlock, Triumph and Agony live. So I can do it, or on some special gigs. And it is.
It's good to have the option now, huh?
Absolutely. And all the young metalheads, they probably don't know with Warlock stuff, but all the old metalheads, they want to hear all the classic old school metal stuff. So I definitely have the choice now. And by the way, the great manager, his name was Alex Grove. He was the American manager, but the German dude, that was the guy who stole the name. So, but I got it back.
Good for you.
And he's not anymore alive. So,
good.
Sure.
I don't know what happened, but I guess it didn't really.
Now, if you want to introduce your music to someone new, would you recommend Warlock albums or Doro?
Yeah, both. Now,
It's a tough question.
20 records. I think every record has, great highlight songs. I love records like Love Me in Black, and the last one was Forever Warriors Forever United. It was the first double album with 25 songs on it, and of course the Triumph and Agony. That's one of the best. I think every single song is great. And I just see the photo. That was before we got a record here. I was in my rehearsal room, going to a rehearsal room. But we had T-shirts, like you guys can see, with the witch, with the magician, with the warlock on it. So I would say Triumph and Agony is definitely cool. The first album, Burning the Witches, it's like, it was so cool. The sound is not fantastic, but it is the
Sure.
best album, so I would say everyone's good. And there's some special records like Truth Heart, which they have fantastic songs on it. I did it in Nashville, and I learned, like, the art of songwriting, and I was like, wow, that was mind blowing.
Yeah.
So I would say, just like pick one album and then, and then
Sure.
get all the others. And
Sure.
I'm sure everybody finds, songs they would love. And
I want to ask you, you made previous comments about how there was a point when you tried to start writing a book about your life, and it became a very difficult thing, and you felt it was negative, and you wanted to focus on positive things and positivity. Without going into too many painful details, can you give us an idea of why that was so difficult for you, and do you plan to eventually try to finish that book down the line?
actually, yeah, you know what? I really love to focus and concentrate on positive things, writing great songs and doing great shows and great festivals. And when I started writing that book, oh man, it got to me. I couldn't sleep at night anymore. I got all depressed because, like living that life, on one hand, it's fantastic. I love it. The fans, that's my life elixir. I love it. But everything else, it was a total horror trip, It was like really bad, and it was really dangerous. Sometimes, I thought I wouldn't survive certain situations. So
Yeah.
when I was thinking about it, then, suddenly it was so heavy. It's like, it was like, I'd rather watch a horror movie than, write it all down. Because when something's too real and when it's the truth, then it's like, that's not fun anymore. And I thought, oh man, that's the past, it was like hard, and I don't want to think about it too much, because then I couldn't go on,
Yeah.
But it was hardcore, I tell you. Yeah, one day I will write this book. I thought I'm going to write 2 books, one for people, who are like, okay, normal, and then people can really take that hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you want to shoot yourself, and you really,
Well,
With you doing
you think it's not true, It's,
Yeah.
it was really, it was hardcore. I guess every band, every musician knows what I'm talking about. From all you first want to start a band, to have fun, to make people happy, and
Sure.
to power and then all that stuff, comes up where you have no idea, and sometimes you meet great people. I'm really happy and grateful that I had the chance to meet great people who helped me, supported me, but man, you meet all these bastards too,
Yeah.
So, and but luckily, many of them died already, so, and I don't know what happened, but I guess when you choose like a road which is,
Now,
cool, you hurt people, I think it comes back eventually. So
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
with you touring with Ronnie James Dio, I assume there will be a full chapter on Ronnie James Dio. And how was that tour? How'd that tour go?
We did a couple of. The first tour was in '87. That was when Mac was so big. Oh my God! And the fans. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It was a great package, and we just had the Triumph and Agony out. And Ronnie was such a hero of ours. Every night I was watching his show, and I couldn't believe it. And he was super nice, super he had a beautiful heart, and and his voice. It was so inspiring. And then we did another tour in 2000 in America, a long tour, and then we really became friends because we had a lot of time, to go out to dinner, to talk. He was always coming. We didn't have a tour bus on that tour. We had a little RV, but he was loving to hanging out in our little RV because it was so cozy, and he made us laugh. He had great jokes, and we really became friends, like big time. And I love him so much. I miss him so much.
Yeah, we all do.
It was unbelievable.
We already talked about your special collaboration and relationship with Lemmy. I know that meant a lot to you, and you've told the story. I want to put this up for people who maybe haven't seen it. there was a select group of Lemmy's friends that received bullets with his ashes in it, and you were one of the people to get one of those. You talked about the day that you received that and that you almost fainted when you got it. Can you kind of tell us about that day and how that impacted you when you received that bullet?
So you guys, here it is again. It's
Oh,
like,
wow. Let me put you on full screen. Wow.
How cool.
There it is.
There it is.
open
Oh,
it. I always have to be very quick.
yes.
I don't
How
know
special. Wow.
Oh.
Lemmy would like that if I drop that stuff, you know.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that. Oh, that's
Lemmy is-
beautiful.
Keith
Lemmy's
Richards will be
incredible.
around.
It's got his name on it.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh man, I almost dropped it when I got it. I had no idea, and it came to my mom's house. She lives in Germany, and she said, "Oh, did you expect anything? It's from LA." And sometimes, you know, when I'm on tour, I always lose stuff. You know, I always lose
Yeah.
my stage clothes and stuff. I thought, no, there's probably something. Somebody sent me something, you know, that I lost. And then I opened it, and it was this a beautiful letter, and on it with Lemmy's ashes. And oh my God, every day when I see it, makes me so happy because on one hand it's so sad, on the other hand it's so wow, it's so
Yes.
mind blowing.
Well, that's how you know you're rock royalty. You can call Ronnie James Dio a friend, and you're getting
Yes.
Lemmy's ashes.
That's
So
amazing.
Those are some.
Yeah,
It's
really
sometimes
cool.
too much for the little girl from Germany. I tell you,
Right.
sometimes it's like it's definitely mind blowing. But I love it, and I always, and then I feel, man, yeah, I have to keep the legacy alive and tell the young metalheads about Lemmy and Ronnie James Dio, and you know, people who are now 15, 16, and maybe never had the chance to see them live or to get to know them.
Right.
And so I always feel like I want to try my best to make them love Lemmy and Dio like we did, and you know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You even did a cover of Dio's Egypt.
Yeah. I think Ronnie loved it. We did it for this compilation, and then I went to. It was in New York. It was the listening party of Magica, and then Ronnie came up and said, "Oh," and I said, "Congratulations, the album sounds great." And he said, "Yeah, and I want to tell you, I love your version of Egypt. It's so nice." And I many times heard it on the radio. Ronnie was, you know, was like picking songs for the radio show, and then sometimes I heard the version we did of Egypt, and yeah, it was great. And
Yeah.
your hero tells you all.
You know, that sounds cool. I listened to it yesterday, and and then you're also on Twisted Sister's Christmas album. Yeah, I think you did White Christmas.
Yes, I never wanted to do it. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And when somebody wants me to do something fun, I'm usually all up for it.
Sure.
But I never thought I would do Christmas songs. But and we did one Christmas song with Tom Angel Ripper, Sodom. I don't know if you guys know. You probably know Sodom, right? From Germany. It's
Yeah.
like- Yeah, and we did one Christmas song as well, and it's called Merry Metal Christmas. And sometimes, you know, we play it and everybody sings along, all drunk, and it's so much fun.
So cool. Now, you recently, last year, you were booked for the Rocklahoma festival here in Rocklahoma. It's just right down the road from us. And the promoter for that stage is actually a sponsor for this stream, Doug Burgess from DEB Concerts. Now I guess you had to cancel coming to Rocklahoma. Was there some reasons for, I guess, maybe COVID reasons or
No,
passports?
Not even. My green card, I had to renew my green card.
Yeah.
And I guess because of COVID, it took so long. It took me 2 years.
Wow.
Oh,
And,
wow.
you know, and I thought, wow, you know, and the lawyer said, yeah, you will get it, you can confirm it. And then it got closer and closer, and I didn't get the green card. And then I thought, oh man. And we all almost wanted to book for flights to go there. And then it wasn't in the mail, and there was no way that you could check on it, you know. There's not somebody you can call or you can ask, you know, what is my status.
Right.
It was always the same status when you checking the internet was always,
Sure.
Got your application, we're working on it. And for 2 years, and I was almost like thinking, man, that will not happen anymore. So I had to cancel. I hope that,
Well, we hope you can come back.
Yeah.
Another time. And I hope
We'll talk to Doug about getting you back to coming to Rocklahoma. And speaking of promoter, if I was a promoter and I was wanting to book you for a club or for an event, what would be on your rider? Like, would I have to go out and get some special things like roses in your dressing room, or do I have to paint the walls a certain color? What's on your rider?
No.
Hey, you know what? Hey, to me, the most important thing is that people are coming to to see and celebrate, and
Sure.
have a great metal show. Yeah, people. That's the most important thing. I don't need anything in my dressing room.
People are required.
Order, maybe some coffee to wake up.
As long as the place is clean and people are there, that's
Yeah.
what matters.
Right.
And no brown
You have
M&Ms.
to be clean. I'm not.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no nasty dressing rooms. Yeah.
Nasty dressing room. I'm used to it, so
Well, you get you run into places where the dressing rooms are just complete shit. So when they're
Totally.
clean, then you really
It's
appreciate
then
that.
it's a shock, man. That's total shock.
Yeah.
When you have a shower or when you have hot water.
A dressing
Yes.
or like a dressing room full of teddy bears, but with leather jackets on.
Right.
There you go.
Right. So, that's a good lead into my next question. You have talked a lot about when metal was so huge here in America, and then here came grunge and everything changed, but you did not want to change. You stayed true to your roots. So there was that span where things were, and you made a comment, you said, hey, I'll go play clubs for 500 or 1,000 people instead of the big festivals. What I want to know is, was it your European support and support in countries other than America that got you through that grunge era and then back into where things were bigger for metal here in the U.S.?
Yes, actually, at first I thought maybe it's like 1 year or 2 years, and then I always did all these records in America, which I thought they were awesome, and some of them were really special. For example, the Love Me in Black album, I really thought it was a fantastic album. And then people said, well, is it grunge? And I said, no, it's different. It was kind of actually more industrial sound, but really cool, loved it. And then I said, well, when it's not grunge, we can't release it. And I thought, you must be kidding. And it went on actually for 10 years, and I did, I think, 5 records, and they didn't release it in America. And in Europe, we could still do it. We could still release records. We could still do festivals, go on tour. It was not that bad. But in America, actually, there was a domino effect when you have a record release. You couldn't get on a festival, or couldn't get a show or a tour. So that was so tough. But at first, I thought, maybe 1-2 years, then then we do it again. But then it took 10 years.
Yeah.
And then actually we had a great fan club guy, Tony is his name. And he said, man, the fans here, they are so pissed off because the records, you can't buy them anymore. You have to buy these simply expensive imports. And he said, can I do something for you? And I said, Tony, whatever you can do, just do it. He said, do I need permission? I said, no, man, just do what you feel, as a diehard fan. And then he sent out all the demo tapes. And it was for the Calling the Wild album. I think it was in 1999. And then suddenly we had like 4 record deals on the table. And then I thought, wow, metal seems to come back. And it was actually the first album where I had like these 2 duets with Lemmy on it. It was called Calling the Wild. The 2 songs, Love Me Forever and Alone Again. And then I felt metal was coming back. And then we hopped on tour with Ronnie James Dio. That was actually the Calling the Wild tour in 2000. But at first, it was hard. And you didn't know when. Actually, sometimes I thought maybe metal is never coming back. You never know. But then after 10 years, slow but sure, And then,
Sure.
But sometimes you have to do your best, with the time and with the stuff you have.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's great. Sometimes you have all the support from the whole world and record company and people, the stuff you do, and then sometimes people love other stuff or they love other bands or other styles. But but in Europe we could still do it. And,
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. I thought that grunge affected music, the rock music scene more in America than it did probably in Europe.
Yes.
You know, even though those bands would go and play over in Europe, I just seems like Europe has always been more metal than the United States has.
Yes, and I think in America the industry is so important, you know, that you get support. That you get
Well, plus MTV is going to push. MTV is going to push what they want to be popular too.
Right, yeah. And then when Headbangers Ball was no more, then there was nothing, nothing you could do. But in Europe, it wasn't that bad. And when people love music, then they go and find it. But the industry. Yeah, when they don't support you, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. But we tried everything we could, and and I'm flexible. So I'm doing it for such a long time. I know sometimes you're on top of the
Well, look, we're here talking to you still, so you've been relevant this whole time. So
Yeah,
kudos.
I had your cassette when I was 15 years old,
Don't ask him what he did with that.
and it was I think I was in the 10th grade, 9th grade, or something like that. But I love that album, Triumph and Agony. Yeah, it was it's a great album. Loved it. I know that your drummer now, Johnny D, he's was playing in Britney Fox back then, and we recently did an interview with him, and he was a really great guy, cool dude.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I love Johnny. We're doing it actually now. He has his 29th year in our band, so next year is his 30th anniversary, and next year is my 40th anniversary. So we will celebrate it big. And Johnny is great, man.
Yes.
He always was. He joined in 1993. And I love him, and he's a cool guy. He's funny as hell too, and a great drummer, and great person.
Yeah. Now, we recently watched a documentary of you. Actually, we watched it yesterday on YouTube. The documentary where it shows you driving in a truck, and it's kind of like showing you in the studio doing some songs and kind of brushing up on your career. And Klaus from the Scorpions was one of the guys that was talking about you. How important was that to have Klaus from the Scorpions, not only in the documentary but in your life?
Oh man, I tell you, when I started music, I didn't even know that the Scorpions were out of Germany, because back then you had maybe some fanzines, but there weren't even magazines. I started actually my first band I had in 1980. And and the Scorpions, there was a big name, a big band. And then later on, I found out they were from Germany. And when I came to America, then everybody said, "Oh, Doro from Germany, the Scorpions are a big band from Germany." And it opened doors for us. It was definitely like the paved the way. And then we met a couple of times, and they came to my 25th anniversary. And Rudolf Schenker and Klaus Meine, and we did Big City Nights and Rock Me Like a Hurricane. It was awesome. So the Scorpions were very important, and it was one of the biggest bands in Germany who did it, who were successful worldwide. Actually, I think they were more successful all over the world than in Germany. It's like, typical stuff. People in your own country, they take longer to love you or to accept you. But I always remember they were a big band in America. And, so it was great. Actually, there were only like maybe 3 bands from Germany, like Scorpions, Accept, and that was pretty much it. And then I guess it was Warlock. But back in the day, it was like, it was important.
Yeah, I bought all of their stuff. We actually do a cover of Balls to the Wall.
Yes.
And we love it. Yeah, me and her play in a band, so we cover that. And actually, we had a recording where he plays bass, I sing, and she plays guitar. And we do Balls to the Wall.
I can see you have a Scorpions t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The screen is so little, so I'm sorry. I haven't seen
it's
it before,
okay. Can you see it better now?
Yes.
Rock Believer. We just saw their show. They were they were fantastic. It was great.
I got the wrong memo today.
Most advertisement was good too. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, actually, Accept was a big influence on on our band as well. And but the Scorpions, and I just feel like, doing
Now,
it and
were they on the
crazy.
Castle Donington tour? Was that the one that you were on was Scorpions on that one?
No, it was a headline. Yeah, you're right. Headliner was Scorpions, Ozzy Osbourne, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, and Motorhead in England, Castle Donington, Monster of Rock, and in Germany it was the same lineup except Motorhead. It was Michael Schenker, and we just toured with Michael Schenker in England.
We just saw Michael Schenker,
Yes.
and I just saw him for the very first time.
He was so good.
I'm telling you, it was Armored Saint and Michael Schenker. He was so amazing. I couldn't believe his melodies brought what made my eyes water. I was just like, those are. It was so good.
Yeah, he's still, yeah.
And he looks like he's 40 years old too.
Right.
Totally, no?
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. And with all the partying and
Right.
yeah.
Do you have any stories of that festival in Castle Donington, the Monsters of Rock?
Yeah, actually, at first we didn't know that it was such a big festival. We thought maybe it's a small festival somewhere in England, and then we got there with our tour bus, and I saw so many cars and people, and I thought, man, that doesn't seem like a small festival. And then actually I was backstage, and I ran into Lemmy, and then Lemmy said, "Hey, are you nervous?" And I said, "Oh man, nervous as hell." And then he gave me a big kiss on my forehead, and it was like really nice and wet. And then he said, "Okay, whatever, knock him dead or something." And then I went on stage and I saw like I think 80,000 people, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But then I thought, Lemmy told me to knock him dead, so we did a great show. And then actually people really liked it. And then a couple of weeks later we did this great tour, Judas Priest, and then and it was actually one of the most important gigs because all the agencies, the record companies, and journalists were there, and they wanted to check us out, and all the diehard fans, they were headbanging like maniacs, so people saw that the fans really would dig the band, so we got the chance to tour and with Priest, and later on Wasp, and then Dio, and it was a big important day. And the Scorpions we didn't meet because usually the headliner, they were always like in their their own area, so I didn't meet Scorpions in '86, but later on, and sometimes I guess it's good, you have to work your way up, if you get it all in right away, that's that's not good for your head,
Right.
And then maybe, you don't work so hard anymore or something. So you have to definitely take it step by step, and, I think that's good,
So let me ask you something. Did you decide early in your life that you wanted to basically be married to your music career and not be married to a person and not have children? Was that a decision you made very early on, or did you kind of decide that in the middle of all of the frenzy of your career starting to really take off?
Yeah, I think I always wanted to do music since I was 3 years old. So, and then when I was 15, I had my first band, and I was a graphic artist, and actually I just did stuff, posters and logos and everything for my band. And then I felt, man, music is definitely what I love and what I want to do for the rest of my life, if that's possible. And and then when I was living in New York, living in New York City, and then one day I woke up, I think I was like 24, 25, and I thought, okay, today I make a decision. I want to dedicate my life to metal and to the fans, because that's what I really want to do, to make people happy, to empower people, give them good energy and all the good stuff. And when I was 24, then I made this decision, and I was always happy with it, because the fans...
You don't regret that decision, do you?
Oh, no. Not at all. Not one single day. I regret that I can't have any dogs or horses in my life. I love animals so much. So that's the only thing sometimes, and sometimes the fans that bring dogs to my gigs, they actually ride with them in the car.
Hey, there's her horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in a nice movie. That was called Annie, The Path of the Warrior,
Ah,
and many horses there. Yeah, I was in heaven. So I miss the connection to animals. But yeah, but sometimes the fans would bring their animals to our shows, and
yeah.
then they can sometimes the dogs they're checking out our tour bus. And one time, one promoter it was a gift. He got me a cat. And
Oh,
then, my manager said, it's impossible. You can't have the cat. You can't do it on tour. The road crew was already, saying, no, not the cat sleeping in the bunk. And then, I had it for 2-3 days. And
oh,
now,
then,
now I know
no,
your image is, you're the metal queen. You're the rock goddess. You wear your leather. It's your thing, and you got your studded belts and things. When you were after your first album or your first couple albums, did any producers or manager try to soften up your image? I know you got an offer from Playboy and you turned that down. But did they try to soften up your image, try to make you wear more, girly things and stuff, and maybe
oh
do more
yes,
pop songs?
yeah. It was actually when I came to America.
mm.
Then I thought, no, not that black stuff and studs and stuff. It has to be more feminine and no more black leather. And then one person suggested to cut off all the hair and dye it black because when the record, it didn't come out in America. That was the tragedy. But the record was called Love Me in Black. And then somebody said, yeah, then she should cut her hair and dye it black
Oh,
and totally new style. And I thought, no, man, I'm not such a
We're
fashion
glad
cat.
that you didn't do that.
yeah.
Yeah. But it was like actually the end of the story was the record didn't come out because the record company didn't think.
Politics.
Mm.
Yeah, it was politics, and I always wanted to change the image and style. Yeah, make it more radio friendly, more pop, and more, like, yeah, more normal. And for a metalhead, looking normal is that's not my book.
Yeah.
I love the leather, which it is all vegan leather. It's all vegan leather. I became vegan and because I love animals so much, so all the
Yeah.
leather stuff, not real leather anymore, but it still looks the same, and I feel good that nobody was,
Yeah.
So
I mean, they kind of do that with Madonna and Lady Gaga. They'll always think about changing up their image to
Yeah, and the
shock.
pop world, I guess it is probably necessary in the pop world, but I
Yeah.
think in metal, the fans, they don't like that.
Right, right.
They like the real person or whatever you feel comfortable.
Yes,
And and I like to be myself and to
sure.
Absolutely.
So, how long have you been vegan?
it's now 5-6 years. I was vegetarian for many years and then vegan for 5 years, I would say. And I started I started looking into all that stuff like when I always had this nice stage clothes, and then somebody said, hey, like the real leather, it's so cool, and I said, really, and I checked into it, so and I thought, no, I will never in my life because I love animals, so how could I do it? And
Sure.
and there are definitely different materials, and you sweat like hell in it.
Yeah, but you look amazing.
Yeah, it looks just as good as real leather. I mean, and you're talking to 3 animal lovers here too, so we respect that so much.
Dear.
We interviewed Phil Lewis from LA Guns. He used to be in the band Girl with Phil Collin from Def Leppard. And he told the story about when Phil became vegan. He went out in a field and saw the lambs, and it really dawned on him that, we need to be good to animals. And so I think it's an inspiring story, and I'm very, I appreciate your stance on that. That's really great.
I know it is for some people it is very difficult. Like all my road crew or the band, they always laugh at me and then they eat, they eat their steak and stuff. But I guess eventually, people know, man. It's like
Sure.
if you harm other,
Well, I must confess, I did have a turkey. the other day.
Oh, for Thanksgiving. Yeah. We'll
So
get there.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I know it is. And I mean, we grew up like that, so I think it's actually hard to really to do it. And I have many friends that are vegan, so yeah. And then,
I imagine you really have to dedicate yourself, and it takes some discipline to do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. In the first couple of years, it was the same like giving up smoking. When I gave up smoking, I became a closet smoker, and it was so hard. But then, a couple of years later, now I feel it's cool. But I still, when somebody smokes, can I have one?
Oh, yeah.
I know the feeling.
It's a hard habit to break.
I know.
Now you're known for a singer, and quitting smoking most likely helped you with that. But do you play any other instruments? Do you play guitar any, or bass guitar, or drums?
When I was young, I played piano, but then I partied too much, and all the lessons. So I played piano, and I play a little bit guitar, but just for myself, or when I write songs.
Yeah.
And then I let my guitar players do the job,
Yeah.
So,
you get the idea across to them, and they make it better.
Yes. And I think I'm really good when I do songwriting with melodies, and when I sing, then people who know me, they know exactly which chords to pick and stuff. And I think the melody or the chorus, that's the most important thing for a song. To 90%, maybe sometimes, it's important, but but I think the chorus, the hook, that's like, and I think I'm pretty good at this. Sometimes, I get these ideas in my sleep, and then I put it on my cell phone, and then I think, so when it's like, when you're totally relaxed and, almost falling asleep, I have the best ideas, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, we have some viewers in the chat room, and I was going to read you some comments. Not all of them are questions, just comments that were made from people that are watching right now live. We have some people watching on YouTube and Twitter, and also Facebook and Twitch. This one's from Facebook. Says, Doro, please tour the USA of 2023. English. Elizabeth English Talcott says, welcome, beautiful Doro.
Aw, it's nice.
Juan Jose says, Doro, the metal queen, gives you thumbs up. All for metal from Michael Fink. One Tess says, have a great rockin' evening tonight.
You guys too.
And you guys are playing. Germany's playing Spain tonight. Right now.
Soccer, right?
Right, soccer.
Yeah. Actually, I'm a big soccer fan, but I thought the metal show with you guys, that's more important. So yeah.
Well, we won't keep you much longer. Thank you for giving your time up during the soccer match, and go Germany.
What time is it in Germany?
8?
It's 8:49.
It must be 9 o'clock around.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Wow.
But now talking to you guys, and I'm talking to the fans. That's my life. So,
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I
my
played when I was a little girl. I love soccer, and I was so happy when I came to America. That in America, especially all the girls that were playing, and it was so much more accepted. In Germany, it was like.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's better. But in America, wow, it was so great, and it was like wow. So if I wouldn't have been a musician, I would have probably loved to play soccer or doing something in sports.
Yeah.
But music, it's like, of course.
Hey, I have a question. Maybe you can help me, because Americans don't understand it. But why do German people love David Hasselhoff?
She's laughing. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I just don't get it, but whatever.
I think
Doro. No answer.
No. Let her answer.
I bet Doro's a fan.
No, be quiet. Shh.
I tell you, actually, I think he always says that he's responsible and the wall came down. So, of course, people think that's something unbelievable. And that was really unbelievable. When the wall came down, I was in LA working with Gene Simmons, and we were in the studio. And then Gene said, hey, Doro, you have to come to the lobby. There's something on TV about Germany. And I said, no, Gene, I'm just going to kill him. I feel so good. I want to sing. And somebody said, no, I think you should watch it. And then I went to the lobby, and then I was standing there with Gene Simmons watching on a little TV when the wall came down. It was in '89, and I couldn't believe it, without the wall and everything. So that was great. But I think, in Germany, people think that David Hasselhoff was responsible with his song, looking for freedom. And, and of course, I guess Baywatch and Pamela Anderson,
Right.
which I love. Hey, I love Pamela Anderson so much. I love her. I still love her. And, and then, I guess, it's
I was just curious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess some people love him and some people,
Sure.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I wanted to ask you one more question, and we'll start wrapping things up with you. Do you have a preference between playing live shows and recording in a studio environment where you get to be creative and create things from scratch? Do you prefer one over the other, or do you like them equally?
When you feel you have a hit song in the making, you can tell, you can feel it. Sometimes when I feel, man, there's a great idea coming out. Oh God, my heart is pumping. I'm so excited, and I think, oh man, this could be something absolutely fantastic. And I feel when I'm excited, then I know maybe the fans will be excited. So,
Yeah.
But on the other hand, playing live, that's the ultimate. I love it more than anything else. Playing live, and when you have a great audience, who's digging it, and that's to me, that's like, that's heaven. So live is absolutely, that's my absolute favorite. But these moments when you have a great song and you feel there's something in the making, you can tell there's some magic or some, when it's important. So, and but playing live, it's nothing like.
I can tell that you love your life. I can tell the tone of your voice, the smile on your face, just the way you look, that you love life. And that is so cool. I respect that. You're doing what you want to do, and man, you just look happy.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, because I'm talking to you guys, and we talk about music, and we talk about the fans. That's what makes me really happy.
I agree.
And everything else, what's going on in the world, man, you have to stay strong and, and try your best, to give other people power and hope and all that good stuff. And, and as long as I do it, I want to do it, and I want to give it my all. And, but I know how it is when life is not so good. So every day I'm really thankful and grateful that I can.
We're thankful for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Michael Fink in the chat room says, any chance the Fortune Teller to be played in concert again? I saw Doro play that live in Germany sometime between 91 and 93 when I was stationed there in Würzburg, Germany for the Army. Würzburg.
Oh man, that is such a great song. It is a story about a little girl going to the fortune teller because she's in love and she doesn't know if the guy loves her. And then the fortune teller is a total thief, but she tells her, maybe he loves you. And then she goes out of this house, and then the man is waiting for this little girl. And it's such a great story. I wrote it in Nashville with Gary Scruggs. He's a fantastic songwriter, and this is so hard to pull it off live because it is the verses are just talk, so it has to be really good. The sound guy has to be really good, so that people can understand it. And then the chorus is such a beautiful melody. It's one of the best melodies we ever have written, and to pull it off live, it has to be really right. Otherwise, people don't understand the word. And then, but I would love to do it again. And Nick, my bass player, Nick Douglas, my former bass player, he was always playing this fortune teller. He looked like a witch. And he was doing really good. He's a great actor on this. So it's not so easy to pull it off, but eventually, yes, I want to do it. And it's really soulful and spooky and wow, and like it gives you chills. Like,
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
Richard Stazer in the chat room says, I still love her and her music today, going all the way back to when I was first introduced to Triumph and Agony at age 18. Wow. Sadly, at age 53 now, I've yet to get to see her live and have great hopes of doing so in the future, and maybe getting to meet the Queen of Metal. Love you always, Miss Doro.
Oh, that's nice.
Richard Stazer.
Oh my God. Yeah. I want to do it for the next 100 years. So you definitely, can be sure with your States, I will, we will meet up. And that makes me so happy. And it's so, it's so great. I owe it all to the fans who, gave me all their love and kindness and support, and it's so awesome. So so I'm gonna do it as long as I live, and always full force. And I'm sure we'll meet. And next year I definitely want to tour the States and play all these festivals. We play the Monsters of Rock cruise. I want to tell you guys, April 29th till May 4th.
Yes.
It's out of Florida. And then Prog Power, we are confirmed. Headliner on the first day. It's September 6th in Atlanta. So that's cool. Already in the making, and more things to come, and maybe Oklahoma. So,
we need you to come through here. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
This coming from YouTube. Here's a comment coming from YouTube. Dean Smith says, I saw Doro at KK's Steel Mill about 20 months ago, and Rockfest Barcelona this July. Absolutely fabulous, tons of energy, and great live act. Another one coming from YouTube from Sabbath Head says, I last saw her on the Dio Malmsteen Doro tour, House of Blues, Orlando, Florida, around 98 or 99.
Wow.
One of the best lineups I have ever seen.
Amazing.
It makes me feel so happy. That's so good. I remember it so much. And it was actually Florida when Ronnie did all the encores. Then he said, okay, let's do it together. And I said, Ronnie, I don't know the lyrics. He said, that doesn't matter. And he put his arm around me, and then we sang arm in arm, all the encores together with the fans. And that was so great. And back then there weren't any cell phones, so nobody filmed it. I just had some photos of it, but that was awesome. And in Barcelona, Rockfest, all the great bands were there, Judas Priest and Kiss and Megadeth, all the people I love and I know. And in house, I know the KK Steel Mill from KK Downing, a great place in England. That was cool too. That was actually the tour with Michael Schenker. So all these gigs, fantastic memories. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, before we let you go, let's put this up one more time. She has so many amazing shows coming up this year, but this one might be the most special coming up this year. It's the exclusive 40-year anniversary concert. This will be the 28th of October at the Mitsubishi Electric Hall in Dusseldorf, Germany. Make sure you get your tickets. You can go to, eventim.de or all major box offices. Make sure you get tickets and see Doro this year. We are so appreciative of you coming on with us today. Thank you so much for being such a positive influence in the world of metal and in the world in general. You are truly a light to everyone around you. Thank you.
I seen a YouTube video of you just today, and it was an anniversary concert, and there was like just a bunch of stuff. There were cheerleaders. There was smoke and confetti. I've never seen cheerleaders at the end of a concert.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I did one time the anthem. There's an American football team in Germany. It was called Rheinfire, and they asked me if I would write the anthem for them. And then I thought, yes, and there was called Burn It Up, Burn It Fire, because they had to do fire God. And and then all the cheerleaders, they came to celebrate with us the anniversary. That was when the Scorpions were there, and Bobby Blitz and everybody, and it was so cool. And it was the first time when I met the show, the cheerleaders, but they were all really sexy, all the guys in the band, they loved it. All the guests, and we have many, many guests on this coming up anniversary, many bands, many guests, and it's just all in the making, so it will be great. And unfortunately, Lemmy won't be there. He was at my 20-year anniversary in the same place. It used to be the Phillips Salon. That was a very historic place, and now they just changed the name, so but it's still the same place. And then he was there, and Saxon played. I am a big Saxon fan. Biff, such a great singer. So we will have many, many great bands and guests there. So
that's awesome.
It will be a big party, and before we will celebrate the anniversary in some great festival all over the world. So yeah.
Okay, I think Scott's got one more, and then we're going to let you go.
I have one more on Facebook. I had to use the translation on this one. But he says, Thomas Druding says, hello, dear Doro Pesch and fans from our power woman, Doro Pesch. I wish you all a nice, good Advent time and Christmas time with lots of music and lots of fun at the gig there.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I wish you guys all, the best too. Great Christmas time.
Thank you.
See each other next year if we don't see each other on the next upcoming shows or in Mexico.
Sure.
But thank you so much for these kind words. And,
You can bet if you come through here, we're going to hit you up again.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please do. Thank you so much for having me and for
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a
had
great
a lot
interview.
of fun, and thank you for wearing all these cool T-shirts.
Yes.
And San Francisco. That was actually my first gig on the Dio tour in San Francisco at the Fillmore, the historic place on the Dio tour in America in 2000 with Ingrid Malmsteen. So the fans,
Wonderful.
They know it was a great tour and unforgettable.
Well, America definitely misses you, and we hope you come back soon. We also want to wish you happy holidays.
Yes.
You too.
With everything that's going on with you and your family and your band. And it was a pleasure not only getting to talk with you, but getting to see you. And you look great, and you have a lot of energy. And we get you back at Rocklahoma. It's going to be amazing. We're all going to be there to support you and rock on with you. And just keep doing what you're doing. You're having fun, and it was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you, Doro.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was mine. Thank you so much for having me. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, everybody. Doro Pesch.
God bless. Go Germany.
Go Germany.
Go Germany.
We'll see.
Okay, bye, Doro.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you.
Oh,
was
man.
awesome.
Wow. Now, I think people could probably hear better than we could. I know there were some times when it was a little hard to hear, but
Yeah, because every time we think that it's bad, then we
Right.
listen back to it on
Right.
YouTube.
And it sounds better.
And it sounds fine. There were people that said that was an amazing interview.
wonderful.
But it just made it tough because I didn't know when to come in with a question, and
Yeah, but that's okay. You got to figure we're talking to someone halfway around the world, so the connection can be kind of tough at times, but I think it was good, and I think people that were watching it really enjoyed that. What an amazing interview! What an amazing woman!
She's so
she's so positive.
She's so positive. She had that smile on her face the whole show,
and
it
it's
was
legit. It's not fake.
radiating.
Yeah, it's not. You can tell she's not faking it. She truly embraces life and all the opportunity that it has brought her. So we certainly enjoyed that. Gosh, so much.
Tiffany Sexton Peterman says, stood in line in front of her getting onto the Monsters of Rock cruise to 2018. Why didn't I get a pic? Laughing out loud. She's absolutely beautiful inside and out. I did get her drummer's drumstick though. Driving home from Tulsa now, couldn't quite hear the whole interview.
Well, there is a replay.
We have people from all over the world, and even on the highways.
And
that's pretty
Tiffany, we talked about this at the first, and let me repeat it again. You guys can always watch the replays. As soon as we sign off, the replay will be available almost immediately. You just go back to the Tulsa Music Stream Facebook page, or you can go to the YouTube page, and I think it's on Twitter and Twitch as well. And just hit the replay. You'll see the video on there. We'll repost the link either later this evening or tomorrow
if people
morning.
don't know that we post about 1 billion times, then they're apparently not paying attention.
It's okay. Some people don't understand, and that's fine. But
I'm just curious if we had anybody on the Autobahn listening to us as they were driving.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Todd Autry says, thank you, TMS, for bringing the metal always. Yeah,
Our pleasure.
definitely. And like I always say, man, hit that notification bell on YouTube. The more followers and views we get over there would be great. We're trying to build our platforms.
Yes.
That's why we're so adamant about you guys liking and following. There's likes and follows. We want both.
And money.
Right.
And and you can send us stars to help
That's
us
right.
help us with all of our resources and our time that we're taking to do all of our research, and of course any of our equipment and our we have to go buy
Cords
mic
and
cords
stuff.
and just so.
But on top of that, it's really tough talking to famous rock stars.
Yes.
We did reach out to Dee Snider, Michael
Yes.
Fink, and at the moment they weren't
Doing
ready
interviews.
for an interview at the moment, but we will certainly keep trying. We try to reach out all the time to numerous different musicians, ones that we think that we would enjoy ourselves just because we kind of know a little bit of a history with them. And then some of them are surprises,
That one was.
Well, no, I reached out to the drummer.
Johnny,
and got the email to get Doro, and I asked him, I said, can we get Doro on our show? So I reached out to him to do that.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
It just took him a year to answer it. And
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. We got it, and it was wonderful. Let's talk about it. It's kind of a busy week. We actually have another one coming up. I'm going to put this up on the screen. This Thursday, Josie Scott, formerly of Saliva, will be live in studio. It's not going to be a Zoom call. He's going to be in here with us this Thursday, December 1st at 8 p.m. Central. So you guys can tune back in and catch up with what's going on with Josie. I know he's kind of in the process of rebranding himself. Of course, he's known as being the guy from Saliva, but he's branching out, wanting to continue to grow his solo career. So we want to be supportive in that effort for him, and he's a super nice guy. So
Yes.
we're looking forward to hearing his story. Just what an amazing day. What an amazing day.
Yeah,
That was
very
so
cool.
cool. That was so cool.
thank you guys for sharing. I know Elizabeth shares the hell out of our stream.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for doing that. We really appreciate it, and all of your follows and likes and everything. It helps us get more and more views, and that's what we want. And we want to build this thing so that we can get any of the top heavyweight
Sure.
interviews out
Yeah.
there. And the more our numbers,
Yeah.
strength in numbers. They always say
For sure.
safety in numbers,
For
right?
sure.
So we can always maybe go get that David Hasselhoff interview.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
That's gonna
That
be
was
great.
kind of where I was going with that.
We can ask David why he thinks Germany loves Doro so much.
Exactly.
And then his answer will be because she's badass.
She's a fucking
Yeah,
badass.
she's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's give a shout out. Dustin Little, thank you so much for all your support and help behind the scenes of Tulsa Music Stream. If any of you all out there have any IT needs, he's your guy. Contact Okie PC at 918-640-0892, or you can email him at dustin@okiepc.com. Please check out our online store that is run by Identity Merch. Not only can you get Tulsa Music Stream hoodies, t-shirts, and tanks, you can also, if you have screen printing needs, maybe you have a band or a business and you need to run some shirts or jackets or hats, contact Todd Cook at Identity Merch. He will hook you up. Thank you to our other sponsors, Sycamo Filmworks, DEB Concerts, Surviving Rocklahoma, and Greg Shipman. Thank you guys so much for your support of what we do, and it means so much. Do you all have anything else before we sign off?
I'm just going to answer Richard. He says, awesome interview, guys. Thank you very much
Thank you,
for
Richard.
sharing with us. Much love. You're welcome. Mark Morris says, I'm very glad that I got to watch your interview. Thank you, Mark Morris, for joining us.
Nice.
We really appreciate it.
We like doing this shit, man. We're music fans. We love talking to these people. We have
Oh, yeah.
questions that have probably, with some of these guests, we've had these questions for 30 years. So
Yeah.
so we love doing it, man. So we're glad that you love it too. Thank you guys for joining us.
And we've done all of our readings on Hit Parader, Circus Magazine.
We brushed up.
We brushed up on all that stuff when we were at a very
Metal
young
Edge.
age. We know how the interviews go, so
Yeah.
we're anyway. Todd Autry says Tulsa Music Stream in big letters. Thank you very much.
Ricky Watson.
D. Snyder interview. We answered that one. Thomas Rebel Ruzzo says Doro, my favorite tour in the year 2023 in Czechia.
I mean,
Whew, good luck with that.
Nice
Yeah.
meet with Doro.
Great
in
place to play.
Zen Masters OD Rock Cafe. Very nice woman. Cool, man. I'm so glad you got to check her out. And, man, one of these days we will too. Elizabeth says, love you guys. We love you too. And thank you guys for joining us one more time. And we'll see you when we do the Saliva.
Josie Scott
Josie
interview.
Scott
Is it
interview.
December 1st?
It's this Thursday, December
December
1st at 8 p.m.
1st.
Ricky Watson, thanks for the shout out. We appreciate your support. Guys, have a great Sunday. Have a great week. We'll see you back here live this Thursday at 8 p.m. Central with Josie Scott of Saliva. Have a great week.
Have a
Thanks
great day.
for watching.